This video is about cause and effect diagram. This cause and effect diagram, it also goes by the name fishbone diagram or Ishikawa diagram. Fishbone diagram because the shape of this cause and effect diagram, it is very much like the bones of a fish. We can see a diagram how they both look similar, and it is also known as Ishikawa diagram because it was made by the Japanese engineer Dr. Kairo Ishikawa. There are two uses of cause and effect diagram. The first one is that it is used to determine the possible causes of a problem, and the second one is it is used to know the relationship between the causes among themselves and with the problem itself. Also, it also displays the relationship of causes with each other and with the problem. So let us learn now how to draw a cause and effect diagram. So the first step in drawing a cause and effect diagram is by taking the problem. The problem is taken here, and then we draw it under a rectangular box. After that, we draw a horizontal arrow to it. A horizontal arrow is drawn towards it, and then we identify the causes, and then we write the causes in this way. Again with arrows pointing towards the horizontal arrow. Here we write the cause 1 suppose, then again a cause inside the rectangular box, cause 2. Similarly, again an arrow towards that horizontal arrow. This is going to be cause 3, and similarly there can be even a cause 4. So these causes cause 1, cause 2, cause 3, cause 4, which we draw by placing an arrow towards the horizontal arrow drawn towards the problem. They are the primary causes. Cause 1, cause 2, cause 3 and cause 4, they are the primary causes. And then how do we know the secondary causes? We draw it in this way. This one is going to be the primary cause, and the secondary causes, they are going to be noted in this way. So this cause 1, I'm writing as this is the primary cause, then this is the secondary causes. SC1, secondary cause 1, SC2. So SC1 and SC2, they are the secondary causes of this cause 1. And then similarly we can write this secondary causes for cause 2, cause 3 and cause 4. So this is how a cause and effect diagram looks. It is very much like the bones of a fish. I am having a cause and effect diagram with me that I am going to display upon the screen. You can see here the problem is low productivity. And what can be the causes? It might be environment, employees, machineries, method, or the raw materials being used. So these are the primary causes. Then let us come to the environment. Environment is the primary cause. The secondary causes, they can be temperature or noise levels. So the temperature, it might be too hot in the workplace, so that needs to be controlled so that the workers are able to work at their 100% best, and that leads to high productivity. The problem will get solved. Noise levels. So these noise levels, they can distract the workers, which might be leading to low productivity. So the noise levels should be checked, or if it can't be checked, earplugs or some other methods can be used. Coming to the employees, here employees, it is the primary cause. The secondary cause related to it can be the employees might be uneducated or unskilled, and they might even be facing low motivation. So for uneducated and unskilled employees, it is better that we install some training programs, and for lowly motivated employees, we need to find out the root cause, what is causing low motivation. It can be because of low salary or because of some inner jealousy or some competition. Coming to the machineries, it is the primary cause. The machineries that the organization might be using, those machineries, it might be old and not of that advanced level to meet the productivity demands. So it needs to be get replaced. Coming to the another primary cause, method. The method that the organization is employing, it isn't correct. It might not be correct. So the methods, they need to get changed so that our low productivity, it changes to high productivity. And the last one is raw materials. The raw materials which we are using, they can be replaced altogether with new raw materials, or they can be mixed with some additives or with certain suitable other substances or chemicals, so that our low productivity problem, it gets solved. So it's over. So that's all for today's video.